Everyone is speaking out about this as the Toronto Blue Jays are facing a serious problem. And following yet another brutal start for Bowden Francis, there are some serious conversations to be had surrounding his future with the team, but we also have some new updates and reports surrounding the Toronto Blue Jays and their one massive hole they have right now on the roster. We're going to break that down as well as discuss some other updates. But before, folks, if you're part of the 71% who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Jays content. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. If you want to help us continue to push for the goal of course, 20,000 subscribers, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wild, wild game, the Jays played earlier today. But I'm not going to focus too much on the game. It was an unfortunate loss. But the focus today is going to be on Bowden Francis and once again, the Jays have a serious problem here. They have three starting pitchers, essentially, that are on their team that are actually capable of going 5+ innings. Bowden Francis hasn't been able to do it, and they don't. Running bullpen days for, the fifth day. And following today's game, with Bowden Francis in the bump, he doesn't even complete 4 innings, 3 1/3 innings. The Jays are in serious trouble, and everyone wants Bowden Francis to be sent down right now, and it's rightfully so. And I want to dive into a few different reports, a few different things that are happening, and also push out the Toronto Blue Jays are at a point now where they need to make some moves. But let's start with this. Keegan Matheson, I don't know where the Blue Jays go with this rotation spot from here. Eric Lauer essentially owns the Scherzer spot for now, but Turnbull and Macko likely need more time. I think Francis needs to remain a starter regardless of what happens, though, not another swingman thing. And this is interesting because, of course, there's a lot of tweets and a lot of interesting things to go over today, but Keegan hit the nail on the head here. There's really nowhere with the current team, nowhere to really go right now. Like Spencer Turnbull, sure, in theory, his 35-day window is up. He needs a little bit more time, supposedly, and he hasn't looked great because his velo is down heavily. If he can get that velo back up, he was hitting 90 or 89 miles an hour as his average. That is not going to play at the big league level. But Bowden Francis has been a train wreck, and the fifth starter spot, although Eric Lauer has looked very solid, continues to be, just a spot where the bullpen's getting ran through heavily, and the Jays, again, it's a miracle they're winning as many games they have been, 9-1 in the last 10, given the way that their starting rotation besides the big three have been going. And there was an interesting thing here. Doesn't Turnbull not have more time? I suppose they could cut him and reach a minor league agreement, but his window is up. Yeah, and it doesn't feel like the right move right now to bring him up because of the date, but that's not exactly another obvious answer. But there's not exactly another obvious answer staring them in the face. I think at this point, it is going to be Spencer Turnbull. And for Bowden Francis, it seems like he should get, sent down. People want him gone, right? People want him gone. And it's simply because of, gone meaning not necessarily trade him or DFA him, but send him down, give him time to figure stuff out because he is a blank hole in this offense or in the starting pitching staff. Yes, he had a great year last year. Was one of the best pitcher in the second half of the year. That was on the back of his command, and he's never going to be an overwhelming pitcher. He's never going to throw 95, 96 even. He's going to be low 90s. He has his splitter, he has his curveball, he has all these different pitches, but if he cannot command the zone, he is not a very effective pitcher, and we've seen that today. We saw that in all of his previous starts, and I think most fans here have had enough, and let me know down below if you agree with me or disagree, that the Jays need to do something about their starting rotation, and whether that's a trade, which probably needs to happen here soon. I'll have a video coming on that very soon as well, but probably tomorrow. There needs to be something done because you cannot keep running out the same, starting three and then just hoping that Bowden Francis and Eric Lauer get through a bunch of innings because A, you're going to run down your starting rotation, but B, your bullpen's going to get absolutely decimated. And you see it here. Again, they don't even have a fifth starter right now. It's Eric Lauer, we assume, but the bullpen, which has been very good, is going to get overworked. They had to use Braden Fisher, Paxton Schultz, all these different guys. And Bowden Francis, he's not performing well. And you can see this here from JD Bunkus. The Bowden Francis problem reminds me of the Jays bullpen issues in 2021. Clear you need to add talent through a trade, and the longer you wait, increases the odds it bites you in a tight playoff race. They need to make a move. And it has to be for a starting pitcher, and the deadline's over a month away. You cannot wait anymore. This is not including tonight's game, or this afternoon's game. 2-7 with a 5.84 ERA, a -0.7 WAR. He's been one of the worst pitchers in baseball among qualified ones. And yes, he was great in 2024. He had it was a great feel-good story. But he hasn't been able to, and his FIP is a 6.47. Even his FIP was high in, last year. So some of the advanced numbers, weren't in his favor. It is a serious problem. It is a serious problem, and most people tend to agree at this point. It's less about, hating on Bowden Francis. It's more about this team needs another starting pitcher. They need two of them. Like, they don't have starting pitchers right now. Macko, we have an update on in a minute. He is going to need a little bit more time. He was, of course, one of the returns in the Teoscar Hernandez trade. He, had to deal with injuries and, missed a bunch of time. He's finally back. Hopefully he can maybe get called up. You have Trey Savage. You're not going to call him up early. Alek Manoah is looking at around August. You have a couple months. Like, you're a couple months away from hopefully having, a good few starting pitchers come back. Alek Manoah, Max Scherzer, some guys like that. But you can't afford to waste time, because the more you waste and the more you wait, the more you're either going to A, lose more games because of it, or B, just, run through your bullpen, or in this case, of course, your starting pitching staff, because the team is good. The offense is good. I think it's an elite team this year, the Toronto Blue Jays in some aspects. But to really become an elite team, you need to figure out some of the big holes. You can see this here. Bowden Francis enjoying the best season of his career thanks to the best command of his career and the addition of a splitter. This year, his command has been mediocre, and his splitter is down 2 miles per hour and has performed poorly. He would benefit from a AAA stint. And I tend to agree. You send him down to AAA, you let him figure out his command. It's not like they haven't done that in the past either. Like last year, he had a stint in the minor leagues, and then he had him as the swingman out of the bullpen. You can't put Bowden Francis back in the bullpen. There's no room for him in the bullpen. You need to keep him as a starter, because A, he's better that way, but also B, you just don't have, you don't have the depth in the minor leagues at the starting pitcher position to really change him into a reliever. You need the depth, even if it's just a AAA guy for a while, and then if someone gets hurt, you come up for, a doubleheader, or you come up for a game here and there. But, he'll probably stay for his next start. We'll see what happens with Max Scherzer. He had his start today. We've yet to hear a full update on him. I'm sure we'll hear that later tonight into tomorrow. But, man, it's a little bit unfortunate here. And you can see this here. Now, this is some good news. Macko threw 4 hitless innings in his season debut at AAA this afternoon. He walked 3, but struck out 4. He was nearly 50% four-seamer and looked good. Interesting day to put his turn on. Maybe we could see, there's a good chance. I think Macko needs a bit more time. I don't think they're going to rush him back, but 4 hitless innings is incredible. I think they give Bowden Francis one more start, then you get Macko one more start, and then you line that up and you get Macko back in. Of course, he's a lefty, and we'll probably have a full video coming on him soon, because he is the next best option, I guess, alongside. He's never even pitched for the Jays, the big league club, alongside Spencer Turnbull. Like, there's so many different things that are going on right now, and it's unfortunate, because this Jays team, the offense is finally there, right? The offense is finally there. Everything looks fantastic. But the unfortunate reality is you really, really need a starting pitcher, and you need one fast. If you don't get one, you're going to be even more serious trouble. He was unable to go past the 4th, which forced Schneider to have to push someone who has pitched 3 out of 4 games to get 5 outs, which was Mason Flaherty. And then Swanson comes in and gives up a bunch of runs. It needs to be fixed. I believe in this Jays offense. I believe in their pitching staff. Add another pitcher, and you will be good to go. And ultimately, I think Macko will help with that. I think a bunch of people will help with that. But they have to do it soon. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to get. Everyone's speaking out about it. And I think at the end of the day, a trade's going to be coming, and Bowden Francis is going to have a stint down there in AAA. But let us know down below what your thoughts are on all this. An unfortunate game today. But regardless of that, big game tomorrow, new series against the Cardinals. Hopefully the Jays can get it done. And hopefully Bowden Francis can either figure it out, or the Jays find some reinforcements elsewhere. And Max Scherzer as well. Big game today, so hopefully he can take care of business. Thank you guys for watching. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest news. And once again, Max Scherzer, we'll keep you up to date. Probably an update tomorrow surrounding it. He's pitching his rehab. I believe it's a Florida Complex League game or something like that today. We haven't gotten a full update. So if he does well, we'll be looking good. We'll keep you up to date. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.